Start.
Hi everyone, myself Rohini, C from Civil Department, Assistant Professor. Now I am going to share my views on pollution. If there is any alteration in our surroundings or unfavorable conditions appear in our surrounding, that is termed as pollution. It is classified into two types. First one is biodegradable, second one is non-biodegradable. Biodegradable means which can decay in our environment easily. Example, wood and paper. The next one, non-biodegradable pollutant, which cannot decay easily in our environment. It will stay for more years. That is example, plastic. The next one, types of sources. Based on sources, the pollution is classified into two types. First one is man-made sources. Second one is natural sources. Man-made sources is caused because of urbanization and industrialization. Example, vehicle emission, automobile emissions, industry emissions, etc. The next one is natural sources. Natural sources is nothing but it caused by means of forest fire that may lead to deforestation. The next one, now we are going to see types of pollution. It is classified into water pollution, air, soil, radioactive, thermal and nuclear pollutions. First we are going to see water pollution. If there is any change in physical, chemical or biological characteristics of water, that is termed as water pollution. What are the standards for water pollution as per WHO means the pH should be between 6.5 to 8.5. The next it should be colorless, odorless and tasteless. Then the presence of chlorides is up to 250 ppm. Hardness of the water should be less than 500 ppm. The next heavy metal should be considered below 0.01 ppm. If there is any heavy metal present in water, it may lead to health disorders for the animal, plants, humans, etc. The next one, water pollution.